Right.
You find it ready?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Go on. Show respect for your elders. Here we go, day 2, Cannich. Make our way now right across Glen Affric, past Loch Affric to Morvich on the coast. Nice way to start the day. Bit of a hill on a stomach full of full English breakfast. Here we go, back on the trail. So we jumped back onto the Affric Kintail Way, which ran through the forest, along the glen and high above the road. Not long after, we reached a breakout to a viewpoint, and as usual we had to take a look. Well, that's what it's about. When you're in such surroundings, you need to take it in and appreciate the beauty. And what a view it was. We then climbed back onto the forest road and carried on our way. A few miles further on, we arrived at our turn-off point down to Dog Falls. Yeah, must shoot off into the woods. James's eyes lit up when he spotted the Singletrack ahead of us. He was in his element and loving it. He's absolutely mad for Singletrack riding. If you are as well, then check out his YouTube channel, simply Singletrack. I think we now descend back down to the road and cross over to the other side of the glen, over the river. I think somewhere around Dog Falls, so let's see when we come out. I've had to turn the volume down on this clip as our in-jokes and sick sense of humour might offend some people. There's a light at the end, isn't there?
Yeah, is it a light or is it like... Oh yeah, it must be. Yeah.
Creepy. Yeah, Dog Falls. The car park at Dog Falls is where the trail begins to follow the two lochs, Bean Madoin and Loch Affric. Now James had only been here once before, and that was in bad visibility, and I could sense how awestruck he was by the sheer majesty of the surrounding mountains. What I didn't want to tell him was that it only got better. I was excited to see his reaction as we rode further on. The further on we rode, the more dramatic the scenery became, and the scale of the mountains made us feel small and insignificant. We came across a group of horse riders and passed them slowly and quietly so as not to upset the horses. There's room for everyone out here, and courtesy costs nothing at all. Hiya. Hello there. Thank you. At the end of Loch Affric, the scenery changed up a gear once again. I could see that James was blown away by the view that lay in front of us. Up to now I hadn't ridden any further than the bridge, and each time I'd wondered what lay ahead further down the trail. Now at long last I was going to find out. Now I was hyped up with sheer excitement, never mind James. This trip had been months in the planning and I couldn't believe it was happening. It was hard to make good progress as we kept stopping to take in the scenery as well as take pictures and video. There's no way I was going to rush through this ride. It was quite simply out of this world. The waterfall and bridge were too good to ride past, so once again we stopped to take a look. As I walked over the bridge, the trail just disappeared into the mountains. We were truly on cloud 9, that's for sure. As the trail got boggier and the puddles deeper and longer, I started getting off the bike to walk around them. I didn't want to drown the electric motor and end up with a problem out here. Either direction would mean a very long walk out of it. As we reached the youth hostel, the GoPro battery started dying on me and it corrupted some of my clips, so sorry about the glitches on the video. This really is one remote hostel. It's totally off-grid and they get their electric power from solar panels and a wind turbine. I wish I had my bloody video on then. Snow on the top still, tiny bit. What a view. James was too busy laughing at me showing off down there, riding through and then got his feet wet when he should have just gone over the bridge. My laughter was to be short-lived. I had no idea of what was to come. After the youth hostel, the trail got worse and the puddles longer and deeper. I started to walk around them where I could, as I didn't want to drown the electric motor. There were also small sections which were impossible for me to ride, so I walked those too. Soon, continuously getting on and off the bike and on slippery, boggy ground started to really tire me out. Eventually the famous bothy came into view. I'd seen this on the map and was keen to investigate. I've always wondered what it would be like to stay in one of these.
From Cannich this morning.
The bothy looked well cosy. I could imagine sharing this with close family or friends on an adventure, and how great that would be. However, knowing my luck, I know I'd end up getting there to find it full of leery students burping, farting and chatting into the small hours of the night. Some things are best left as romantic ideas because in reality they might suck. As we pressed on, the trail quickly deteriorated and I soon found myself short of humour and the necessary skills to ride the mountain single track that was to come. Jesus Christ, I haven't done a lot of videoing of this last bit of the cycle ride because it ain't rideable for me. It's supposed to be single track. I'm struggling to walk on it, never mind cycle it. There's no way I'm cycling this. There's boulders, rock steps, gullies, drainages, every bloody 2 minutes. It's going to be a long bloody finish as this. And then it began, the start of James's dream and my nightmare ride. I'm just an old guy that likes to ride cycles and tour. Mountain bikes for me are just basically so I can do a cross-country tour on off-road trails. This was way out of my league. Well, at least I learned what the walk button on the bike was for. Not my cup of tea. Well, James absolutely loved that. I was completely out of my depth and my comfort zone. There's about another mile of this left, and then it goes back to sort of gravelly, easy roads again. We'll have a look over this. This is pretty bloody extreme. I think I misjudged this badly when I did the planning. I didn't think it was this bloody gnarly. Anyway, I think the trail just goes down and then starts dropping down towards the coast. Bloody good job because I'm knackered.
At least you found something inclusive that we both like.
Jesus Christ, even he's walking. I can see the bothy down in the distance there. I know from bits of research I've done that the trail after that bothy to Morvich is a lot easier than this. But this is bloody hell, way out of my depth. I must have walked with this bike for 4 miles by the time I get to the bottom of that. Without a doubt, I'll check it on the map tonight and I'll tell you on tomorrow's video whether I was right or wrong, but I reckon I've walked 4 miles with this bloody lump. I've certainly learned what this walk function on it is for. What a bloody palaver. At long last I reached the end of the single track where James was waiting for me. What I failed to record on video was the worst part of the trail, because the GoPro battery was playing up again and I was too stressed and exhausted to change it. As we looked back at the trail, we couldn't believe where we'd come down from. We were wanting an epic ride, and we certainly got it. The trail then became easy twin track again, and we were thankful that we'd used our batteries sparingly. As we were both exhausted now, we could use the last bit of charge to give us an easy ride out of the glen and to the hotel. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? You need to remember this one. I think it's good. Yeah. Just looking for the hotel now. 2 bars left, so didn't do too bad with the battery. Sky is over there. We were both relieved and ecstatic to reach the hotel. We were tired, hungry, and our butts were killing us. We just wanted to get off our bikes, eat, and chill out for the evening. What an epic ride this had been. Family room, the Kintail Lodge Hotel. And look at that for a view.